Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models. Today we're going to be building Trumpeter's 172 scale Be-6 Madge. It's a seaplane from the Russian Navy. Let's do this. Okay folks, as you can see, all the detail parts are put in. I have got yet to put the bulkheads in, which we will do shortly. But these segments here, we're going to put together now, is going to make up like this gun section at the front of the plane. Okay, I've gone ahead and moved on a little bit, so it's all put together now and it's all painted in the aircraft grey colour. The closest I have to that is ocean grey. So this is all painted, but we're going to go back and do all the black detail parts, which will be all the radio equipment. The parts of the bulkhead are all done. Again, it's got radio equipment and stuff on the bulkhead, so once this is dry, we can go ahead and do black. Also do dry brushing techniques and stuff. Okay, I've gone ahead and finished off the interior how I want to do this, apart from a couple of highlights with Tamiya panel line, but the black segments are all done. In the instructions they call out just for aircraft grey at the front and the bulkheads, but they want the entire floor to be black, and I thought that was going to be too much. So I've gone for aircraft grey and black segments. So it's clear coated as well. I've got to yet to do panel lines with Tamiya panel line, just bring it out a little bit more. All you're going to see from when it's buttoned up is the little bit at the front here and the cockpit area. All the radio operators and navigation stuff all down the back of the aircraft, you ain't going to see any of that. Unfortunately, you do all that work and you don't see it. So we're going to go ahead and do these highlights. Okay, this is what the wings look like when they're put together. They've got this curvature to them. You've got your floats that go here. Exhaust system comes out here. Exhaust system comes out here. You can drill out these holes if you want to, if you're going to have your weapons, but I'm going to not bother with the weapons on this one. Which is the depth charges, I think, and torpedoes and stuff. If I wish to do that, I can always go back and drill these, because you can see the locating holes if I do change my mind. But there's the curvature of the wings with the body going through the middle. I will show you roughly what it looks like before I sandwich everything together. Come on. Tricky to get it slide in, but that's the basics of the flying boat. I don't know where you can see this on camera. I say this where you're going to see that for the cockpit. Not an awful lot. It's can't really show you. Okay, we've gone ahead and sandwiched the fuselage half together, and the back wings are on the fuselage half as well, so all this section is going to be sitting to dry. And we've gone ahead and done the flaps on the wings. These are ready for to go on the aircraft once they finish drying. So the next step will be attaching the wings to the fuselage half, putting the canopy on, the front nose cone, masking that up, and it's on to painting, and then decaling, and then washes and grimes and stuff. So we're getting along nicely. Okay folks, I want to talk about this back piece on the aircraft, this back glass. I've only dry fitted it in there just to show you, but if you look underside, it's going to be quite tricky to mask up, so I'm going to mask this separately and then put it into place. I've still got to put a little piece in there again. I'll wait till the aircraft's painted and then slot it in, because it's going to be a tight fit. I don't have to worry about masking that, but I'm going to mask this up and stuff. And this is the front of the aircraft, and this is pretty much how to get the aircraft. It's quite a big airplane. I kind of struggle to get it in camera, even for 172 scale. It's quite a big plane, or big seaplane. Propellers to go on, so once this is dry we can start the painting stage. But it's got together pretty well so far. I had a minor fit issue on this wing. It was, oh sorry, let me show you. Minor fit issue here on the wing. That was probably not me putting the wings together properly. Like the other side went together fine, but that side was slightly off, so it's probably me. It probably wasn't the kit. What else was there? Yeah, and again, it wasn't the kit's fault, it was my fault. I accidentally sanded away too much on the engine nacelles and created a divot, so I had to fill that as well. It wasn't the kit's fault, it was me going a little bit rough with the sanders, but it's coming along nicely. We're going to start painting once it's dry on the canopies and glass. Okay, the aircraft's all masked up and ready to go for paint. It was pretty easy to do the mask, because the canopy is quite a little bit of a recess, so you can put your tape on and score around it, and then use a sharp knife and cut around it quite easily. Some parts I use liquid mask as well. Stuck the aerials on. As I say, next step is paint. Okay, I've gone ahead and finished off painting the panel lines, and the white splatter technique or marbling technique is to break up the colour underneath, so it looks like it's a little bit worn. Also, when it comes to paint your canopies and clear the actual framing, if you want it the same colour as the aircraft inside, like this aircraft is aircraft grey, before you paint the outside colour, paint the inside colour on top first and then do your outside colour, and then when you look through the glass it looks like the canopy's got the same colour as the interior. So now I've done it the interior grey, on top would be the green. So once I've peeled everything off, if you look through, it looks like the inside's been painted when it's not. It's just a little trick I found. So next step now is to paint this underside the blue, and then the top would be the green, and then we can start pre-shading, and not pre-shading but post-shading, where you can break up some of the panels as well and weathering and stuff, just to make the aircraft a little bit worn. I'm not sure how to do the weathering on the bottom so much because it lands on the water. I'm not sure how dirty it would be, so I've come to figure it out. The top will be dirty, but I'm not sure about the bottom. Okay, all the blue colours all done now. You can still roughly just about see some of the black panel lines. I didn't want to cover it completely. I want it left so they can be partially visible, some of them, so it all blends in. When I come to do washes and stuff, it all blends in together. Look like it's worn up and beat up and stuff a little bit. Yeah, as I say, next step would be on the other side now to do the green, and then we can peel everything off, and hopefully the stripe on the side, don't know if you can see that, it's probably covered in paint now, but it was originally red underneath. I'm hoping it hasn't bleed through, so moment of truth when it comes to peel it off. There is red pieces on the wings. I don't know why it says that on the instructions. I don't know why those tips are red. Don't know why, but as I say, next step would be the green. So there you go, guys. I just finished the green. It's dry now. I've revealed the stripe that I painted on. So here's the green. I've still got to do a little bit, some red on the back of the aircraft. I don't know what those red pieces are, but this is the basic colours. You can see it's got fade and wear and different highlights within the paint. I want it to be like that with worn, so when I come to do the washes and stuff, it's all going to blend in nicely. So again, this is the blue underside and green. I find it such tricky to get in shape because I've got such a small working desk and the camera, and it's such a big plane. I need to get a bigger workbench. This is the basics. I've still got to do a little bit of touch up because this is green. Silver around the engine cowlings are silver. There's a little bit of overspray that come underneath here, but it's just minor touches up. But the basics is what you see. So we're going to go ahead and do touch ups, and then we'll start on decals. Howdy folks, there you go. The Be-6 Madge is all complete. It's a pretty good kit. I do like it. I did try a different technique. Instead of putting the glass in on those little windows, I use Microsoft Crystal Clear. It's a different way of doing it. Instead of having to mask those little windows up, it come out okay. I wouldn't do it again that way. I would probably try and stick the windows in and mask it, but the big window at the front and the glass at the front nose was from the kit, but like I say, the little windows I use Microsoft Crystal Clear to fill them in. There's airbrush techniques on the top of the aircraft. There is a little bit of weathering on the aircraft by using Flores washers. I used a brown. The smoke streaks I used airbrush. I just sprayed it on. The decals went down pretty well, no issues. They wasn't thick at all. They're nice and just a nice set of decals from Trumpeter for a change. I used Microsoft. No, I didn't. I used Mark Fit Strong from Tamiya for the decals. I built it with, so it's like in flight, so there's no landing gear. Landing gear is only used when it's taxiing on a runway, but when it's flying there is no wheels, so when it comes to land it can only land on water, it can't land on tarmac. It's a strange way of doing it. Did come with weapons. I didn't want to put the weapons on. I think they were like depth charges. You got some torpedoes and I think there's some bombs, but again the Russian Navy used it for, the Russians used it for their Navy for obviously dropping torpedoes and stuff and whatever, but I didn't want to do it like that. I just wanted like a clean build without any weapons. Yeah, it's a good kit. I do recommend trying it. You can do the Russian version, or you can do the Chinese. I think the other version was, which is blue. If I do build this one again, I would build the blue one, because the blue one does look alright actually. I went for the Russian version. I don't know if it would float. I would like to stick in water and see if it floats, but I doubt it very much. Here's the top of the aircraft. And this side is the bottom, how I did the bottom. We've got weathering, slight weathering, exhaust streaks. I don't want to do too much because it's obviously if it lands on water and stuff, it's probably going to be quite clean. Another smoke streaks, and so yeah, there you go. That's the underside of the aircraft. But it's a good kit. Should try it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.